Rosemary bread is such a great recipe. I really love to use it to make my cheesy bread, which is a recipe that my family requests every year for any of the holidays. This recipe makes 2 large loaves or 6 small ones. So you can go ahead and decide if you want to cut the recipe in half or go ahead and do it like this. I guarantee this is a recipe that would be super fun to share with a neighbor or some friends, family. I start with 2 tablespoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 cups of hot water. I'll allow these to rest for 5 to 10 minutes to let that yeast activate. At this point, I'll preheat the oven to 375 degrees. With my yeast activated, I'll add 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 6 large eggs, 2 tablespoons of dry rosemary, 1 tablespoon of salt, and then I'll mix it to make sure that I get those eggs nice and broken. I'll then add 7 cups of flour and 3/4 of a cup of vital gluten. The gluten just makes it nice and fluffy and just a more elastic dough. If you don't have gluten, you can replace that with just flour. I'll then take it to the mixer and use my dough hook to mix it. You could do it by hand, but this would be a lot. I'll then continue to add flour until the dough is no longer sticky. I want it to be still kind of a moist dough, but I don't want it to stick to my hands or to the bowl. Then I'll cover it and allow it to rest for 60 minutes. Now that it's risen well, I'll go ahead and separate the dough into 2 separate pieces so that I can do the 2 large loaves. If I was doing the smaller ones, I would cut it into 6. I'll then roll it out into a 12 by 18-inch rectangle and then roll it into a cylinder, just pinching the edges to seal them. And I kind of fold over the ends and pinch them too. I'll add cornmeal to my baking sheet and place my bread onto them. I'll then cut 5 diagonal slits on the top. I usually go 1 on each end, 1 in the center, and then 2 in the center of the ones that I've already done. This is a pretty good bite that it takes out of it. Anywhere from 1/3 to 1/2 of the roll is cut into. I'll cover it with a cloth and allow it to rise for another 30 to 60 minutes. I'll then place it in the oven and bake it for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I just want it to be a nice golden brown color. And that is just about perfect. Look how big and how beautiful they are. And the smell is amazing. When I was cooking this, everyone wanted to eat it right away, but we were saving it for Thanksgiving the next day, so they were disappointed.